This is the Bear Country Outdoors Barely a Podcast. I'm your host, Doug Joyce, and with me is James Forsland and Chris Cantrell. Thanks for joining. All right, we're back doing the podcast tonight. It is August 16th, and we're hoping everyone's out there hamming on some bears because they open on August 1st.
Oh, yeah.
We are all getting prepared for our yearly hunt here at the end of August. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm super jacked. I was over there a couple weekends ago getting the cabin all ready for the whole crew to show up, and the berries are looking primo.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
And it's supposed to be cool down a little bit, too.
Yeah, the weather is supposed to change. It's really hot this week over there, but the weather's supposed to change a little bit, so it should be good. Hopefully it'll kick the animals into the overdrive on
Feeding out.
yeah. Before the season's really changed, so things are looking up. We're all getting really excited. I got a camera over there. I'm already getting pictures of bears and can't wait.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah,
It's going to be awesome.
it's going to be good.
And then not only that, we'd like to touch base on the event that we got coming up that we are partnering with Sportsman's Alliance. And we're going to give a little tease on a few of the things that are going to be auctioned off here for the fundraiser.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's talk about the event a little bit first.
Yeah.
Chris, what's going to be at this event? What's going to
There's going to be.
I mean, there's already been a lot of talk.
There's going to be some
It's
people.
all over the social media, but
Oh,
let's give some
Some of the
juicy
cool
details.
Some of the details.
Some of the cool guys will be there. So we
not just us guys.
yep, not just us. The cool guys are showing up.
If it was just us, no one would show up.
Yeah. So some of the guys from Sportsman's Alliance are going to fly in, and they're bringing some people to help out, get stuff run. We're not professional fundraisers, so they've been helping out a bunch.
Yeah, huge shout out to them.
Yeah.
And thank you to Skookum Brewery as well for hosting the event. And then we just got a food truck locked down as well.
And what food truck are we getting? What kind of food?
It's like a variety of food, isn't it?
Yeah, what was the guy's name? I should have looked that up beforehand. Hold on, I want to.
Well, anyways, there's going to be
There's
going to be really good
lots
beer.
of stuff there. Yeah, we got
So
good beer.
Skookum, they have really good beer.
Oh yeah,
I've
really
been
good
going
beer.
out there since they used to run it out of their house, but
Yeah.
now they're in a big facility.
Yeah.
Jake's Street Food. So shout out to Jake's Street Food. I think they're based out of Arlington, and he's going to be there, and I think he's even going to bring his kids to help out and feed everybody. And we're hoping for a couple hundred people. So if you do not have plans, we would love to have you. If you do have plans, we would still accept any sort of like donations and things like that, which we'll touch on here in a minute.
Yeah,
but,
reach out.
So we got some pushback from some of the archery elk hunters, like, hey, it's elk season. And my response to some of those guys was like, hey, if we don't do this now, you may not have an elk season. Like, it's not just
You will not next season. Probably.
It's not just for rifle hunters. This is for everybody.
So this is like a multifaceted thing. So they're trying to basically scrap the North American model conservation, number one. Number two, they're trying to take all bear hunting away in the state, and they're trying to take away all cougar hunting away in the state. And then I'm sure that'll parlay into trapping, and then that'll...
It's just the beginning.
Yeah, it's just the beginning. Well, the thing is, if you don't manage the predator population... we already have a massive predator population in Washington State.
Yeah.
This is like the most asinine ideas that the liberals have ever come up with. It just drives me freaking nuts. But the problem is there, and then the population explodes. We're already having human-animal conflict. Like some little girl almost got killed in Eastern Washington recently. So the predator population explodes. They completely wipe out the elk and deer population, and those would be our only seasons left. Now we can't have a season because we don't have any elk or deer to hunt. So that's their long-term game plan. And then we're the first state to completely ban all hunting.
And then not only that, is then now that when we have to take care of these problem animals, it's costing taxpayer dollars to go out there and take care of it, because
100%.
the conservation dollars from all these hunters that are buying tags and getting out there and buying all of this equipment to go do that is now not there anymore.
Yeah, or they have to just pay a professional to go out and take care of it,
and
then they don't use the animal. They still kill animals.
They're still going to have to kill the animals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna pay for it. And if you don't hunt, if you enjoy your public lands, I don't know if anyone has paid attention to what some of the commissioners say, but the head of commission mentioned that she doesn't know what's going to happen with public lands, if they're going to get turned into parks or what, meaning like, I don't know what's going on. So basically it's a land grab as well. What they're going to do is they're going to take our public accessible lands and they're going to make it so you can't hunt. They don't want any consumptive users, meaning like a consumptive user, meaning like if you step on a blade of grass, they don't want you there.
Right.
So it's not just hunters. It's
hikers,
hikers.
people
They
who
want
wanna
to remove people from
the landscape.
from
yeah.
the wild,
Landscape,
yeah.
yeah.
And a perfect example of that is just some of the stuff that they've said about wanting, like there being too many people in wild places and disrupting the landscape and disrupting the wildlife to a point. So that's part of their plan, is like they're talking about disruption of the ecosystems.
And the funny thing about you saying that, Jim, is that I guarantee you there's more people that are getting out there hiking that are disturbing the
100%.
wildlife more than there is the hunters.
And I'm not sure if they want to completely remove those people from the landscape or just hunters or what, but
Oh, they'll be next, I'm sure.
It's they can go any direction they want with this. So that's
Yeah.
why we're trying to raise money
Yeah. To fight.
to
Yeah,
fight.
we're fighting back, guys, and this is what we're trying to do, and that's what this fundraiser is for.
Yep.
And we got quite the list growing. It's still growing, guys, of all kinds of stuff that's going to be auctioned off
Yep.
to help raise money to fight the Wildlife Commission here in the state, because they've gone rogue, like James has said,
Yep.
and it's time.
They're 100% rogue, and I think that like I had mentioned before, like try and go spring bear hunting in Washington State. Like Doug and I went on a hunt, but we had to go to the Quinault Indian Reservation and pay to play, right? And we're typically not those type of people, but at the same time, like we kind of wanted to shove it in the commission's face, being like, hey, we're going to find a way to do this, and so the way we're finding right now is to partner with Sportsman's Alliance and sue the state. They took spring bear away, right? They stole it. So they have momentum, right? And the more momentum they gain, the more they're going to take away, and pretty soon we won't be able to stop them. So now's the time to show up. If you don't, and don't cry later when we don't have any hunting seasons and the state's just
right.
shot to hell.
And if you can't make it, reach out. Well, there's plenty of ways to donate to the cause. Lots of organizations taking
We're
money.
gonna have, by the time people see this video, hopefully we'll have some sort of a portal link for donating directly to Sportsman's Alliance for this cause.
Yeah, and this is specifically just for Washington State too, because we had some people ask, like, where's this money going with Sportsman's Alliance? I've had conversations with them, and they have basically guaranteed, like, hey, this is just to battle your commission, and it may not be a one and done as well. So we may have multiple lawsuits.
Just starting here.
When I first called them, I had like half a dozen things I wanted to sue the commission for, and they're like, we have way more than that. Like we have a bunch of items. So each one of these obviously costs money. So that's why we're doing this. We're not doing this like you hear me say, show up and bring your wallet. It's not because I want your money. It's because I want everyone to have their hunting rights back.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not for just one person. This is for everybody. All egos set aside. We're coming together as a group to take down and sue the Wildlife Commission for what they're doing, because it's wrong.
It is wrong, and everyone here at this table is firm believers in justice.
Yeah.
And American values, and when we see that pissed away or trampled on, it gets us really pissed off. And we got to the point where me and Chris had talked about it multiple times before, even a year ago.
Right.
Like, hey, let's do this, and we kind of just watched it all play out, and it was like, okay, well, that wasn't good. Yeah. And then more stuff came out.
It's been building.
Well, that's really not good.
Yeah.
And to the point where we're like a volcano ready to just erupt.
Yeah, it was literally like James and I started talking about forming a company and hiring attorneys just to sue the state full time. And
Yeah.
we're like, we need more money. You know,
We need more money.
I need to win the lotto, or you know, and so
Oh, dude, I would spend so much money on lawyer fees if I won the lottery. Just
that-
put half of it aside,
yeah, and
Just take all of it.
run the state bankrupt.
and the reason that we're using Sportsman's Alliance is they are kick the door in. You know. They're not messing around. Like there's a lot of people in this industry too that don't want to stick their neck out because they don't. Oh, we're worried about like this sponsorship, or maybe they think this way of us, or
Yeah, they see the negative in the whole thing.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, like we're not going out and being like ridiculous and
Yeah,
reckless.
we're not bashing people here.
You know,
we're trying to do it the right way.
There's justice to be had, and we're
Yeah.
going to fight for our rights. And something was stolen, something was taken from us, and we want it back.
And we can't take it anymore.
Yeah, like exactly. Like it's so frustrating. I'm like, they took it. Who's going to fight for this? And you wait for all these big, huge, massive companies, and like Doug and James and I were talking about like all these huge, massive online influencers and all this stuff. And I'm like, why aren't these people suing the state? And no one would do it. So we just got sick of it, and we're like, hey, we'll do it.
We'll be the guys that sticks our neck out.
Yeah,
for
shit,
everyone
you know.
else, you know.
Yeah, we already make $0 doing bear country
Oh
stuff.
my God.
It's not going to hurt us in any other way, so
Right?
we might as well just go ahead and go for it.
The
We have
amount of
some-
money I'm buried in this year already, we're going to have a lot of write-offs. But no, it's going to be a really good event. We really hope everyone shows up.
Invite your
Bring-
friends, your family,
Yeah,
even
and-
people that
yeah.
don't hunt, that aren't don't bring any anti-hunters there because I don't want to deal with that. But
Yeah.
but if you have family members that would like to go to just
Invite
have fun and
everybody,
have
yeah.
a beer and maybe see and hear some different sides that they've probably never thought about, I mean, go ahead, bring them.
I wanted to touch on some of the donations too. So we've had some really, really nice people reach out.
Here's the list. Since you're going to start talking about
Doug
them,
has lovely
Chris.
penmanship.
There's probably a couple things that
Lovely
we've
penmanship.
forgot
I
about
think
on
that's
there,
pretty
but
bad, but
Yeah.
thank you very much.
So number one, so in Washington, Phelps Game Calls is based out of Washington. So Jason Phelps had reached out and said that he would donate some calls. So thank you, Jason. If you've never met him, even though he's like part of the Meat Eater crew now and he's a big deal, he is the nicest freaking guy. We met him in the airport here just a little bit ago, and seems like a very generous and genuine guy. So he's going to donate some stuff to that. Hopefully he may even show up, which would be great. Again, this
That'd
is in the
be
middle
awesome.
of archery elk. I know he's got a big Oregon hunt planned, but so we may see him. Doug Bowes, who's wrote a couple books, he's going to donate some books.
He's been a huge advocate for bear hunting.
Yeah.
He's also the president of the Washington American Bear Foundation.
Yep.
Yeah, which he just started. Thank you
which he
very
just
much
started. Yeah, thank you very much for that.
for taking that on. Do we announce the winner already of the?
oh, we will.
Okay, I'll skip over that.
Okay.
Courtney from Benchmark has another business called Wild Hat. She's going to make us some hats. By the way, she just had a baby like a week ago, so congratulations on the baby and thank you for helping out. Literally just like birthed a child and is stepping up to make these things for this function. So
They're going to be lady hats, or are they going to be?
I think it's Wild is WYLD. Is there an E in there? There might be an E in there. Courtney Fleming is her name. Anyways,
You said that she had beanies, right?
yeah, they're like beanies. She makes all sorts of little hats, like beanies and all sorts of stuff. So
Yeah.
she's gonna make some stuff to donate. So
It's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah.
We have no idea what it is.
Crazy Elk Company is gonna donate some tag wallets. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
The PNW Flag Co., which is out of Stanwood here, is making a wooden flag for the event, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're super nice too.
I
I looked at his stuff.
Arrow Precision, stepping up big time, is going to donate a rifle. So they talked about a barreled action, and we heard this isn't confirmed. So hopefully they're going to donate the rifle.
That's
But I know
on the internets now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're kind of throwing them
Well,
out there. They're
so-
gonna have to hold up to this.
P and Wild, I think, reached out to them to get.
Oh
them
yeah!
involved in
Shout out
this.
to the fellas at P and Wild too. Thank you very much to all those guys. Jeff and Bobby and Zach. They've been helpful. They posted some stuff today as well, trying to generate some interest, and they're gonna donate some stuff as well.
Yep.
So really appreciative of those guys. I don't want to butcher his name. That's the American Bear Foundation guy, right? Joe, who's
the founder
okay,
of American Bear Foundation.
Yeah,
He's going to donate some wine. Yeah, because I think he has connections with Sonoma.
My wife likes some Cab Sauv, so I might have to buy that.
Yeah. It's probably going to be some good wine too.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Capel said
be a hot topic right
he
there.
He knows the guy that makes custom knives, right?
Yeah, he said something about he was going to get a knife from one of his custom knife maker buddies or something.
And then obviously we're gonna have some stuff there for Bear Country. If I can get a hold of Loophole, we're gonna try and get a scope to mount to a. I got a couple of new rifles in, so I think that we may donate a rifle as well. And talking about some of the bigger stuff, like Aero Precision, I mean, obviously that's a high dollar rifle that they're donating.
Yeah.
We'll put a rifle, hopefully, guys, like I said, we'll get a Loophole scope on that as well.
Maybe we'll have a bow too. Who knows?
So
we'll see how things go.
A huge thing was
I got one in my garage.
the guys from Sportsman's Alliance stepped. So they're doing a ton of work, right? So yes, we're gonna donate money for them because, like I said, they got to pay the attorneys either way. But they're doing a ton of work, and they donated 2 South African safaris. So one for 2 people, one for 4 people. So I mean, I'm talking
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, like big ticket.
These are going to be the big ticket items here at the end.
Yeah,
guys.
so 2 South African safaris, and
so bring full wallets.
Yeah,
or credit cards. Max out your credit cards and put yourself in debt. It'll be worth it. Trust me.
And one.
Tell your wife later.
Yeah,
and one Argentinian hunt as well.
Ooh.
That's the one I was like, oh man, can we bid on that?
Yes, and we might. So like just
yeah,
just on that list right there, I'm gonna say that's like $40,000 worth of stuff that we're gonna have there to try and raise some money. So hopefully we get that much money. So again, show up, bring it. I mean, we got some sweet stuff.
Show up and show out, guys.
And we're only we just announced what 3-4 days ago.
Yeah.
So. We're less than a week into it, and there's a lot of companies that are still reaching out, and I was going to reach out to some
still 3 weeks to come, right?
Yep,
I think.
And James took it upon himself to just go into Skookum, and this is what we love about this guy, and had a sit down talk with the owner, Ron, and he decided that he was going to donate $1 a beer to the cause, which is a huge deal.
$1
beer, guys,
per beer
or per pint.
So we need to go and drink that place dry.
100%. So I hope he's got a lot of full kegs.
We don't encourage drinking and driving.
Arlington has Uber, guys.
We're not encouraging that. We're just encouraging you guys to drink.
You all know your
beer.
limits.
So
we're not going to babysit you.
With that, two things on that. You should, if you have too much to drink, you can Uber home, or they have hotels. There's a bunch of hotels, like literally, like right down the road.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like half a mile down the road.
Right.
So
this is blowing up.
Yeah. So if you're coming up, there's going to be food there from Jake's Street Food. There's going to be incredible beer. It's one of my favorite places to go drink beer, by the way. Their IPA is incredible.
Yeah, this isn't just your water beer either. This is some craft brewery.
Oh,
guys.
it's really
good stuff.
Yeah, if you guys have never been there, it's going to knock your socks off.
Yeah.
So,
one of my favorite beers.
So if you have some items you'd like to donate, we would love some items. If you want to talk about big ticket items, please DM Bear Country, and we will get back to you. And I mean, now is the time, right?
Yeah, sooner than later, guys, because it's about to get real crazy here in a couple weeks.
And if you want to win some cool stuff, or
we're going to give away a bunch of stuff during the event too.
There's going to be a lot of giveaway stuff.
So
in general,
some of the smaller stuff I think we'll give away. We're planning on donating a bunch of swag and stuff to donate and give to like as giveaways throughout the event. We'll just randomly call people.
We're really good at spending our own money on this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep that
We've
tradition alive.
We've definitely given away more swag than we've sold
sold.
for sure.
Oh,
100%.
guaranteed. Yeah.
The first batch of swag we ever made, there was something wrong. Wasn't there something wrong with it, or something didn't turn out? We gave all of it away, like the entire batch.
I'm pretty, yeah.
Like, so
And these are thousands and thousands and thousands and
Yeah,
thousands
I
of
don't
dollars.
think I don't
Oh,
think-
out of whack our cost.
Yeah,
Giving it
I
away.
don't think we were happy with the first batch that came out.
yeah, and we're like, we'll
And
just
like,
give it away.
Well, yeah, we need to do a re-roll on this.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you to everyone who donated. We're really excited about that. We really hope that you show up September 12th, 5:30 to 8:30 at Skookum Brewery in Arlington, Washington. Again, thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you, Skookum. It's going to be a really, 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 really good event.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
And we hope to do it again because this is not going to be a one-time deal, guys.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
mean-
to continue this fight.
If we raise a bunch of money, that should buy us into a bunch of lawyering and some lawsuits to be filed. And we're not going to give away any of the information on those lawsuits because, well, that's just not appropriate. But I do know that we're aiming to win. We're not going to just throw BS
Hell no.
lawsuits out there.
There's not a lot of quitting these boys here, so
Oh,
we're
hell
gonna.
no. We
you
ain't
know.
like the Democrats.
If
Pulling out these bullshit indictments,
if the first lawsuit doesn't work,
crying whiny babies.
we'll have another one in the pipe, and if that one doesn't work, we'll have another one in the pipe. And
Right.
I think
We're
that,
just going to keep it loaded, guys.
Right. So if any of you commissioners are listening to this podcast, which I highly doubt, because you know, if you made it through two of them, you probably decided
right.
you never wanted to get this
if
far.
If you made it through one of
Right.
them, I'd
This
be
will be-
surprised if you.
This will be
yeah.
episode 18, and if you can make it this far, then kudos to you.
Good on you.
You got some thick skin. But if you are listening, a lot of your free time is going to be spent up spending in courts from now on out. So.
Yeah, or you could
I
just
hope you rethink
do the right
your
thing.
decision.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's not even like we're not saying, hey, you have to do this. We're just saying like, quit being a shithead and do the right thing. You know,
Right.
Like, you're trying to remove hunters from the Fish and Game Commission. Like,
Right.
you guys have
Yeah.
Randy Newberg talked about this. You guys have a mandate, and like you're supposed to do this and this, and you're supposed to be represented by these people, commercial fishermen,
Yep.
There's
hunters.
policies and
Recreational.
regulations for the commissioners in general
Yeah.
for them to uphold their duty.
Yeah.
And right now they're not.
They're not going off of their duty. They're creating their own new duties.
They're just
Yeah.
doing whatever they want.
Yeah, but it's just a flat out way to say it is they're doing whatever they want.
Yeah. So, well, we're gonna come and punch you in the teeth.
Not physically, really. This is
The
not a
gloves
threat.
are off and
But
we're coming
legally,
at you.
yeah.
Legally, we're gonna. Yeah, we're sick and tired of it. We're done. And we're gonna sue you, and we're gonna sue you again, and we're gonna sue you again, and we're gonna sue you again until everything's right.
Yep.
So, and it's not like, yeah, I'm not gonna come to your house and punch you in the mouth, but I will pull my checkbook out, and I will keep writing checks for lawsuits, and we'll keep doing these events until we get back what should be left alone in the first place. You know?
Right.
Yep.
And if we don't after the first round of lawsuits, which I'm hoping we do, I really do.
Yeah.
It will make me feel better and help me sleep easier at night, knowing that I made those commissioners show up in court over and over and over and over again, and it's driving them crazy.
Well, you just can't do. You can't just break the law because you want.
No.
Because you have.
No, we're trying to be good law-abiding citizens. This is the stewardship that we're trying to show everyone.
They're trying to
that
ruin
we're-
the state too. It doesn't make any sense. Like, we have this incredible state, right? And they are trustees,
and they want to take the natural resources away.
of
from
our natural
us
resources, of our wildlife, and they're just like they're shit in the bed on
that
their
we
trustee
pay
duties.
taxes
So.
for. Like, we're literally paying them to do their job, and they're literally failing.
So if you guys all want to quit, us three will step into the vacant positions and we will fix everything.
Yeah, Doug and James and I. Well, I only have 3 jobs. I can have a 4th job. Legally, I don't sit on the board anymore at my real estate company, so I could legally sit on the board there, Lorna, and I'm willing to do that. Yeah,
yeah.
I would totally do that.
Go ahead,
100%.
appoint us, Inslee. We're ready.
Yeah, Inslee.
We're ready.
I got a different management plan than what you want to do, though.
Yeah.
I think I would do a better job at listening to the people that make a difference.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that. I might not be as well educated as some of the people that are on the board, but I can tell you,
You know,
book smart is not always
Well, that's
better
part
than
of the
street
problem
smart.
is you got some of these people who just think that they're above everything, you know?
right.
Like, oh, I was this, so like I'm important. Like, no, you're not. No one's important. Nobody's that important.
Yeah.
We're not that important.
Yeah.
You know, we're just regular guys. But the thing is, like, you piss off enough regular guys, you'll get some regular guys having an event to sue you.
And I don't know if anyone has like actually sat and watched some of these commission meetings.
Oh my God, atrocious.
Gosh.
I was sitting there trying to watch it the other day, and oh man, I seriously had to almost turn it off. But I like
Doug blew a gasket.
I forced myself to listen, and this is the exact time that I started like going off to James. Like the gloves are off. I can't take it anymore.
Doug was hot.
I was hot-blooded. I'm Italian too, so I was heated. And oh man, I tell you what, it's like, what are we supposed to do? Like,
Just do what we're doing.
It's like watching a bad reality television show, you know? And it's just
so
like
hard.
they always focus on the person
and
that's
then
just
they're
like
talking about like, oh, we're trying to do these co-management stuff with the native tribes. It's like they don't care.
Well, they're not being vocal about anything.
Because they don't have to.
I think because the commission's like, well, we're not going to touch anything you guys are doing. Just stay over there.
They want to.
Yeah. Well, I know they
from
want
this
to.
last commission meeting that I was listening to, and this is kind of a little bit off topic on our subject with the whole hunting, but they started getting into the whole fish debate and the co-management of the hatcheries and blah blah blah. And it's like it's very apparent that like visibly to be able to see the fact that the reservations really don't want anything to do with the co-management.
No, they want to be
the commission.
They want their own management.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them wanting to have a little bit, co-management with like an organization that actually wants to do good
Right.
for the whole thing. But when you bring the whole state into it, they've
they've lost the trust of all groups. The tribe, they've lost the trust of the commercial interests, the recreational interests. The only trust that they have right now is the trust of the anti-hunting community.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to do something that they're in favor of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
They're going to war against quite a big,
this is the
tough
way
one.
I figure. Like think about it like this. One hornet is really not that bad, right? You can smash it. You can take your hat off and whap it, and it goes away and it dies, right? And 2 hornets, you can still kill 2 hornets. You can kill a dozen of them. Mm-hmm. But if you are on a ladder and you poke a hornet's nest with a stick, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be stung to crap. You're going to get all flustered. You're going to fall off the ladder. You're going to break your hip. And then they're going to keep stinging you until you just go away, right?
Yeah.
And what I feel is we're the hornet's nest now.
Yeah. And it's more than just
Right, Chris?
a poke to the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
They've literally like whacked the hornet's nest down and tried to stomp on it because now we're all pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
Fired up. So.
There's a massive underestimation of the hunting population in general because we're like, I want to go to work and I want to put in a hard day's work and I want to earn a good living and I want to raise my family. My daughter, I want her to hunt when she's old enough to hunt, and I want to be a good husband and I want to spend time with my friends and I want to be in the outdoors, and that's about it.
Well, here's the thing. When they did the spring bear and they took away that season and time went on, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, there wasn't. Where was all the lawsuits flying in? They should have been flying in from every direction. Right?
Well, that's the thing is like I just want to go to work and I want to be a good guy and I want to contribute to society and be a decent human being. I don't like confrontation. I don't want to fight. I don't want to have to sue anybody. I don't want to have to take all this money out of my pocket and all this time out of my schedule away from my family and away from work, which costs me even more money. And I feel like
we're just pissing away money to the state even more now.
Yeah,
on
so
top of what we already.
I feel
pay in
like that's
taxes.
Yeah.
hunters in general, though. Like we just want to go to work and do our thing, and then we want to be in the woods and just leave us alone. Well, we can't have that mindset anymore, and it's. I mean, I've lost a bunch of sleep over this. You know, like I had 0 gray hairs when this started. You know, and now look
You're
at
so
me.
modest, Chris.
Yeah. So I think unfortunately, it's something to where I was on vacation with my family. And that's when I made the phone call to Sportsman's Alliance, because I'm watching the commission meeting, and I'm just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm done. Like that was my breaking point. I'm like, I'm done.
The blood was just boiling to the
Yep.
max. It's
Yeah.
like you couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, and so I'm like, all right, here we go. This is what I'm doing. I guess none of the commissioners are going to make the Christmas card list, and
Yeah.
we're not going to be hanging out and being
And then
Facebook
when they
friends.
make comments to where they're like verbally going out against hunters.
Yeah, specifically, they're just like they said it in the last meeting. Like,
Yep.
we've had a seat at the table for too long. Like, wait, this is our table. You don't even deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like we pay your check.
And that's not even the
Yeah.
point. The point is that they're being illegal about it as well. Hence the lawsuits. You can't just sue somebody to sue somebody. You got to have a reason, and we have a list of reasons. I mean, this is not like. They're not thinking like, oh, we did this one thing. Like, there's a shit ton of reasons.
And it's funny because, like you said before, Chris, we thought we had like a handful of reasons. Oh no!
Oh no! I talked with the attorney. and
the
he's just like,
proper attorneys,
Yeah.
they got pages.
Yeah. Well, and
stuff.
and this, they've been building their own case for years now, and they give us all this
and
great
fighting,
evidence.
and they're fighting on
You know?
all fronts. So it's a big
And-
shout out to them for coming and help us with this.
If you guys are watching commission and you think that you guys can remove all the recordings of every commission meeting that you've already done, we already have all that, so we have hard copies. So just go ahead and erase it. That's always my fear, is like, oh, well, what if they try to erase the evidence, because that's what people who do wrong things do, right?
right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we already have all that, but
Yeah, I think they know better.
oh
on the-
yeah,
it's
they
on
know
the-
better, because then it'd be like, well, we're up to something really terrible.
I can't.
But-
I can't imagine the fish and game in general, right? Like, so James and I, we whacked a few bobcats, and you got to get them sealed in Washington State. So we go up and we're getting them sealed, and we're talking to the people up north, and they're putting the seals in, and I'm just like, yeah. So what do you think about your commission? And they're just like, they didn't like say like, oh, we hate their guts, but they're like, things swing one way and then they swing back the other way, so it'll balance out eventually. And I'm just like, I don't know about that, but you could tell like these people
They
don't
see it.
like
They don't. Yeah.
yeah, the people that actually work at Washington State Fish and Game, I'm guessing probably most of them don't like the commission, but unfortunately they're appointed by Jay Inslee, which is just a sack of Richards. And I do not like that guy one bit. I can't wait for him to be gone. I pray to God
That's not Bob Ferguson.
that it's not Bob Ferguson. Holy sweet Jesus, because man, I still got 10 years of business left doing this state, and I don't want to retire early, so please don't let that guy in, because he will ruin everything.
Yeah, he's a job ruiner, guys.
Yeah. But so anyways, September 12th, Skookum Brewery, 5:30, 8:30.
Mark your calendar, guys. This
Yeah.
is extremely important.
Reach out if you have
could take out a
donation.
last minute day off of work if you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, it's going to be worth it.
We're taking all taking, work off to
Set up and
to
stuff.
set up and
Yeah.
get everything ready, and it's a massive undertaking, and again, none of us are professional fundraising guys, so we're just winging
there's
it.
a ton of help that's coming this way.
Yep.
Sportsman's Alliance has offered
Yeah.
to help out
Helping
lot.
out big time. We got
because
a bunch of buddies that are helping
It's just
too.
the three of us here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one else that's doing anything else for Bear Country, guys.
Wait, we don't have a Bear Country support group?
Support staff.
Where's my secretary?
wish.
Where's my secretary and my
Yeah.
social media manager?
That would be
Right?
nice. That would be really nice.
It would be superb.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're doing it anyway, and I love it.
So we got a week and a half, I think, before we leave for our big bear hunt, which
This is true.
yeah. So we
Is
got
it a week and a half,
week
or
and
is
a
it just over a week? It's a week and a half.
Week and a half, yeah. Ish.
a week and 2 days.
Yeah.
I did.
Make Chris has definitely got us backed up, guys.
I made a couple rifles just for this trip, and I can't wait for you guys to see them because they are freaking
Stunners,
dude.
You.
It's gonna be they're super cool. It's really neat. They cost a small fortune to make. They're probably one of the most expensive rifles I've ever made, just with some of the components. Yeah.
Oh man,
everything's carbon
super
fiber.
lightweight.
Yeah, magnesium chassis with folders and all the
doggy.
carbon fiber barrels, ultralight, like skeletonized actions.
Nice.
Yeah, gonna be pretty cool.
He's gonna be looking at the stuff that he's got sponsored by, and going, "Wow, this is some garbage."
I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah,
it's gonna be a blast. I can't wait.
So
We're gonna try and get real cowboy on this trip, just for you guys.
Well, we talked about doing some handgun hunting. Me and Doug both have talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not that's going to happen, if it's close, I have no problem doing that. But if I'm 200 yards out, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not going to try to like stalk in real close or anything. But if I, like last year, I could have totally shot that bear with a handgun.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
100 yards. I'm letting her fly with the handgun.
Yeah. Well, Doug got a new shooting iron, and it's a 460 Smith & Wesson.
Doggy.
And it's a freaking beaut. It's a
cannon.
It's stainless steel and sex appeal if I ever seen one, guys.
And it's a tack driver.
Oh yeah,
nice.
It's ready to go. I finally got that thing dialed in. Oh man,
I think I'm gonna bring I'm debating whether I'm gonna bring my 44 or just carry around that Smith & Wesson 30-30.
Oh, that's awesome.
You should bring both, Jim, because
just having one on each head.
I think we should just get super cowboy with this trip and just all just bring big revolvers for our sidearm.
Okay.
I think we could just make it the
old 454
the theme of the trip.
Let's do it.
We're just all walking around with big dog revolvers.
I'm probably not gonna have a lack of firearms, most likely.
You never do.
Yeah. I do that sometimes.
We're gonna try out. So we're gonna try out your new gun.
Mm-hmm. I got 2 new ones.
What caliber?
No, you have 3 new ones, right?
Well, I got a bunch of new ones. So I built
everything's new.
Everything's new. So you
I got a new.
You got 2 lever actions, right?
I got 4.
Four new lever actions.
Jeez Louise, I can't even keep track, guys. This is how out of control it is.
So I got some 45-70s and some 30-30s and lever guns.
You have some 45-70s? Is that plural?
Possibly.
Oh my gosh.
Are you a cop? You a cop, Doug?
I might be going broke, guys.
I got
I have to take one of those off your hands.
The 2 ultralight magnesium chassis folding carbon fiber bad boys are both in 300 PRC. I got a 26-inch barrel and a 24-inch barrel on those.
Damn.
And then I got a 28-inch barrel carbon fiber 300 Ultra Mag I built. And then I'm going to bring the carbon fiber 28 nozzler. And then I have 2 other 300 Ultra Mags. Actually, I have 3 other 300 Ultra Mags that I might.
I got 3 of those.
I think the whole gun shop's full of 300 Ultra Mags.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just swing it, Chris.
I love 300 Ultra Mags, man. They're the bee's knees. So we'll
Plus
see.
all the 308s you built.
Yeah, I got a bunch of 308s.
Oh, jeez.
I got the one that which Doug's almost done with the film, the Quinault Spring Bear Hunt. I brought, it was a prototype for the SWAT team, and they didn't end up choosing that style of rifle. So I took it out and shot a bear in the face on the Quinault with it, like literally in the face. And
it was lights out.
Oh, dude. And the thing is, this thing's a tack driver, and it's a shorty. And then I put one of the new Nozzler ultralight cans on it.
Yeah, those cans are so
super
cool,
quiet.
And
my gosh.
it shoots so nice.
Yeah.
I got a Leupold. I think I put a 3-15 by 44 on there, and the VX5, and its glass is incredible. It's super nice. It's a great, and it's like I said, it's a little rifle too. So even with the can, it's not
compact.
that long.
Yeah, yeah,
and it shoots beautifully.
So with the can on it, it's like a normal length rifle barrel.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's probably like, I'm gonna say like probably 24, maybe 25 inches. Nice. Yeah, and like I said, with my that one 300 Ultra Mag, it's got a 28-inch barrel, and then it's got like a 2.5, 3-inch muzzle brake on it, so it's like 31 inches. I mean, it's big, long sucker, but it shoots. So.
Well, I'll just be using my good old-fashioned wood grain Remington 700, people.
That's a beautiful gun.
I know. I love that gun.
It's all sauced up, too.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. Pillar and glass bedded, Timney trigger, all the... Yeah.
It's super nice.
All the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I would be a 300 Ultra Mag guy, and then I saw that 700 sitting all pretty. It was sitting there looking at me, saying,
Buy me.
Or trade some of your crappy guns to Chris for me.
Pretty much, which I pretty much just gave to my head gunsmith. So that was a great deal for me. That was such a good deal.
So win-win right there.
Yeah,
Win-win.
It's a win-win. I'm an excellent businessman, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah. If you guys can't tell, we're great at doing that.
But man,
Listen.
that thing shoots them 230 grain burgers.
Oh, dude, it's accurate too for 700.
Super accurate, yeah.
We were at 500 when we shot in Montana. You were checking your gun,
Yeah,
and then I shot at 500 and
yeah. Like,
hit a rock,
yeah, it was right there.
and it was like, wow, I like this gun. Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah, dude. It's a hammer.
I'm sold.
Yep.
I want one.
So we're going to go bear hunting.
We're gonna go bear hunting, and
We got the special guest. This is our first special guest on a hunt that we've gone on. We were going to have one the year before, but things kind of fell through. But it's okay,
It's fine. I just like to hunt, And if someone else wants to go, like we're very particular. Obviously, I'm very particular about.
We're 100%. Let's just. We're not gonna beat the bush here, guys. We are extremely particular about who we bring to bear camp.
Yep. It's kind of like
we
a
don't want to
thing
just
to us.
invite anybody. Like,
this
is a special deal.
Right.
Like,
there's spots that I've hunted for a long time that took me years and years and years to learn. And
to figure out. We're not going to just let anyone come out and go hunting with us.
But we're not Matt Rennell in this right now and saying like we want everyone to stay out of the woods and don't get new hunters
100%,
involved.
No.
It's this is a super special thing. So hopefully we'll have him on too. There's a guy who just passed his hunter safety, and so I'm going to try and get him out here pretty soon and get him his first bear. So we're trying to 3R it and do all that good stuff. But
I was just thinking about this the other day. So on this hunt that we're going on, if I'm successful, I will kill my 20th bear. That I've killed. But I was trying to think about how many bears
Was that
I've either
on the first one or the second one?
what
You killed your 20th bear. Be the
first one. So if I kill 2 bears, I'll kill 21.
Okay.
Which would be awesome.
Yes.
But
whoa there.
We're going for more than 3.
This guy's killed 19 bears, guys. Just let that
3
sink in
is the
for a
most
minute.
we've killed in camp in this hunting trip.
on one trip.
One trip.
Yep. And we're gonna go.
There's a possibility of a lot because I think there's going to be at least 8 people in camp this year. So if that's 2 times 8, that's 16 bears that we could put down.
That'd be legit, dude.
That would be.
We might have to jump units.
Just wipe out an entire unit. We're
gonna have to go over to the next.
I'm very particular, and this is another thing that people probably don't think about. But I'm pretty particular about not wiping an area out.
Yeah, you gotta leave some seed, dude.
Like, you'd be like, okay, we can pull 1 bear out of here.
Right.
We can pull 1 bear out of here. We could maybe pull 2 bears out of this area.
Right.
Because I don't want to overhunt something.
Yeah.
And go in and clean it out.
Right.
Because then what good is it to you for the next year, or the year after, or the year
That's
after?
that's just not good hunting either. If you're going and beating the bush in the same spot every single day, that's just poor hunting. I mean, in general.
You don't really accomplish anything that great. Yeah, you might have a great season and kill a bunch of bears, and then they're wiped out, and then you go back the next year. This hunting sucks. It's like that's not how it works. So we're pretty particular about how many bears we take out of said areas because we don't want to clean them out.
And I don't think we were ever really thinking about that in general. I think we just, as a hunter, know that if we shoot something out of a certain area, most likely everything's gonna be all spooked off.
Right.
And it's probably going to be hot, so you almost have to really give it a couple of days to kind of cool down.
Right. There's
Or a day.
there's areas where I know there's a bunch of bears.
Yeah.
And I'm
but
like, we
you
can
can't-
take 2 bears out of here, and we'll
Yeah.
usually give it a cool down day after we
Yeah,
kill something.
you have to. You almost have
or
to.
2 days.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3.
Yeah, and that's just from what we've learned just in general from hunting over the years for so long.
Yeah, if you go into a spot and you see 3 bears and you go, okay, we're going to kill 2 bears out of here, and you shoot one the first day, don't go back in the next day and try to kill the other
No.
bear because it's probably
Most likely you're going to put in twice the effort to even try and see the second one because you have no idea where it's going to be.
Right.
You know,
So just let it cool down.
Washington's a big state. Lots of places to hunt bear.
tons of places. And
We have a
we've-
shit ton of bears here, too.
shit ton of bears. We have a shit ton of area that we're gonna hunt because literally we only touch base on a handful of spots because the ranges are so big,
Yeah.
and these spots have just been successful for us.
Yeah, even in the units that we hunt, like we spread out quite
Yeah.
a bit. We cover a lot of ground. We go to completely different areas. Okay, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over here. All different, like a drive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we usually never just okay. We're just gonna hunt right here.
And then this year we're like hopefully gonna be big on trying to explore some new areas that we haven't.
There's a
seen.
bunch of new areas we want to check
A lot
out,
of new areas we want to check out.
and there's definitely gonna be some new areas that look really good on like what we've pre-scouted on Onyx. Onyx, if you want to sponsor us, that would be fantastic because we love using Onyx. We always
It's
have.
a perfect thing to use to do some pre-scouting if you can't get
We use a
over
ton
into
of
an
it.
area. Yeah.
Mhm. We've used Onyx pretty much since the beginning of Onyx, especially on mobile
Yeah,
devices.
That came available. 100%. We've been using the crap
Yeah.
out of Onyx.
I use it all the time. I even use it
Yeah.
in my day-to-day life. But back to what I was saying, like I pre-scouted a bunch, and Hardsock's pre-scouted a bunch,
Yeah.
and he's got like a bunch of spots he wants to check out. I have some spots I want to check out,
Yep.
and they look really, really good.
Yeah.
And that just keeps adding to your arsenal. I'm a firm believer in like when you're bear hunting, having an arsenal of spots that you want to check out or you want to hunt, because you go to one spot and they're not always going to produce at certain times.
No, you got to cover some ground, especially when you're first getting out there. You got to cover some ground and really get locked down on some sign, because if you ain't seeing sign, most likely the bears are not in that area.
Yep. If you are in an area where there's a ton of berries and you are looking around and there's none of the berry bushes are ripped open or ripped down, and there's berries loaded but they're not eaten.
Yeah, and there's
no
no
crap.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, if you ain't seeing bear shit, most likely the bears have not gotten there yet.
Yep. Either they haven't gotten there yet. Not saying there couldn't be bears there.
They definitely will be there, 100%. If
If
there's
there's a lot of
berries
food.
there, if you stay on those berries, I guarantee you, bears will show up.
But you back to what I was saying. So you have to go and find where the bears are on what food
Yes.
source they're on right
Yep.
then,
Yep.
because they move. you know.
100%.
They'll
And-
jump from draw to draw or hillside to hillside,
and their food source might change a little bit depending
Mm-hmm.
on what is available.
and they'll camp out. For 3, 4, or 5 days, sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks.
And it could depend on weather. If it's really hot, they might not come out of the really super thick, nasty, deep
And when it's August
draw stuff.
When it's
you know.
August,
in Eastern Washington,
Yeah.
it is hot.
It
that's-
is super hot.
That's a key. Sorry, I'm yawning here.
Jeez.
That's a key when it's really hot like that, focusing on the thick stuff with a lot of shade, but there's still food. And then using your ears more than your eyes,
Yeah.
and looking for,
100%.
and when you're looking, you're not looking necessarily for a bear, more for movement and thick brush.
Yeah. right.
I've spotted bears more times probably by seeing movement
In
and
trees
bushes
or
and
brush.
than I have like, oh, there's a bear right there.
Yeah. Or hearing random twig snap, that's louder than what
Yeah.
you would.
I mean, when bears are feeding on berries, especially when they're
They don't
like,
care about being quiet.
on thicker, bigger bushes, they're just like ripping and snapping and
Speaking of, I'm excited to try. Hopefully, I get them in time. But Loopold has it's their BX4 Range
Ooh.
HD.
yeah.
TBR, True Ballistic Range. So anyways, it's just a range finding binocular. I think a lot of you guys have heard like some of the gear that I run. I'm the old guy of the group, obviously. So like, I feel like I've been through a lot of gear. Like I'm talking from like Walmart dungarees to like, some fairly nice stuff, and some of the nice stuff doesn't work, and some of the obviously the shitty stuff doesn't work. But having a range finding binoculars, like I will never ever go back to a regular binocular without a rangefinder. I can't imagine why. Don't get me wrong. Like I have like little truck binos that are just not range finding binoculars, but like having a rangefinder in your binocular is like, it's a freaking game changer, dude. It's super nice. So
well, you're taking the matter of having two things and merging them into one.
Yeah.
So instead of taking out your binoculars and looking at something and then go, okay, I see something, and then taking out your rangefinder to see how far away, you're killing two birds with one stone.
Well, half the time I feel like I'm glassing stuff at distance as well, right? So say for instance, like say we're all sitting on the hillside, we're glassing across this canyon, and I go, oh shit, there's a bear, and you go, oh where? And it's like, oh, it's by the green tree, and I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
It's 600 yards away.
That's when because there's freaking 3 miles of green trees. And you're like, which green tree, dickhead? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
And I go, it's 607 yards, and you can see where my binos are pointed. And you go, if we have all range-finding binoculars, you can boop, and you go, oh yeah, it's right there. Like it's so much easier.
You know what they need to make? They need to make the binoculars to where you can Bluetooth those together to where you can actually pinpoint.
And then
stuff.
And then we have the thing like,
so then when you look through your binoculars, you can go, oh, and then when someone pinpoints it, it lights up.
Yeah,
like
and then
there's
it's like
a dot on it.
It's like
it's
ready
right there. So you're like literally can put your eyeballs right
like
on
Ready
it.
Player One, and we're all like in
There's a
the
product for you.
Oasis.
Virtual reality.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. Then we fly our drone over. Now you can't do that in Washington.
All right,
just
Chris
jokes.
is taking it a whole nother level,
Just
guys.
jokes.
Yeah, I'm excited to try those out. When they came out with that, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my.
Yeah.
Because I played with your the Swarovskis you used to run.
Yeah. It's really it's just having those two things combined is super nice, and it really helps like when a bunch of guys are glassing, and this is just personal experience, like so my eyes see different colors, right? So like they're not exactly the same. So, you go from two eyes and then you got the one-eyed rangefinder, and the optics are never the same. They're like rangefinder optics are not near as nice as the glass in your binos. And then it's dark and you're trying to see, and you got the one eye and you're doing all that nonsense. Another thing that I really like is I have a adapter for my spotting scope for my phone, and that is super nice because I can zoom in and zoom out on my phone on something.
Oh yeah.
And it's way easier for a group of guys to stand behind a spotting scope as well and just zoom in and zoom out. And I think I'm using Phone Scope right now. I know there's a bunch of other companies that have come out with stuff that
I'm getting a Mag View.
I'm excited to use, like some of the magnet ones, because snapping that thing on, it's never exactly the same every time.
All in is the other one.
Or Olin or All in, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Mag View has to have, because basically just open the eyepiece and I can just take my phone and go.
Why hasn't Phone Scope came out with a magnetic?
I don't know. I feel like because I have to physically press it on.
Yeah, it can be annoying.
And it just
sometimes.
never. It's maybe because I got I don't know, steak hands or something. Like I push it on, it's like, and it's always like I got to squish it around, and it's never on right. So I'd be curious to hear what you guys have to say on if you have an adapter for your spotting scopes.
Yeah,
what you use and what you like about it. Yeah, so
I've seen a lot of obviously a lot of content on the all-in one because that's like the new hype, right? So it looks really easy. I like the idea of just being able to put it on there versus like.
Honestly, I'm surprised a lot of these companies have not come out with an attachment for their own product.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I'm surprised Leupold hasn't come out with their own
like a video
attachment for for phone. or just in general. I'm just. We're not going to just beat the bush with Leupold. I'm just saying all of the optic companies that are out there, I'm surprised you haven't come out
Like
with
a
your
Bluetooth.
own product. No, not a Bluetooth, just their own. Well, yeah, I mean, you could go that route too.
Right.
Like you could even have because I know that there's some scopes out there for guns.
It would be
that
cool
are
if you could Bluetooth to your phone, and whatever's on your spotting scope is showing up
Right,
Bluetooth
yeah.
connected on
I
your
mean,
phone.
honestly, you'd have to put a battery in the spotting scope to be able to work that. So
And it
I
would
guess
have to be
that's
able to
another.
send signal
That's,
back
I
and
mean,
forth.
but there's a lot of new technology that has Wi-Fi technology in it to do type of stuff like that, where it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's just adding another power source to something that they already have that's very complex.
Right.
Thermal scopes have a bunch of that, which
Yeah.
is pretty sweet. But like as far as like regular scopes, I don't think there's a bunch of regular scopes that
I
have
feel
that
like
built in.
there's a lot of stuff out there that it should be out there.
We'll have a thermal scope talk too, because there's a couple new ones that are. Doo! I had one in the shop the other day, and it was a clip-on. It was $16,000.
What?
Yeah, just a clip-on. It was just the optic. Yeah, and I was just like,
You gonna drop the name of that one?
so no, I'm not. No, I'm not. It was an appraisal for a guy, so I don't want to. Like,
No, that's fine.
Yeah, it was for a customer, so it wasn't mine. But I have a FLIR. I know they don't make anymore. There is a ATN, which in my mind historically the ATN wasn't like the nicest of thermals, but they just came out with I think it's a Thor 5, and so as far as like how thermal scopes go, right? You have like a 160, and this is like definition, right? So imagine your TV, like 160, 320, 640, and 640 was the pinnacle, right? So that's like half HD.
Yeah.
That's like watching regular standard definition television, which looks like absolute dog shit.
So nowadays it does.
Now it does, yeah. So they came out with a 1280, and in the picture quality, like when you look through the scope, it's like watching TV. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, and
That's pretty cool.
so I'm excited. I haven't got one yet. I'm saving up some pennies. I think they're $7,500 or something,
Jeez.
which isn't a bad deal for that. But
It's not a bad deal if you're loaded.
Yeah.
I'd be out there robbing banks. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. I mean, the iRay makes one, and originally they were like the first one on the open market that you could buy, and it was $18,000. So
Oh my
$7,500 is not a bad deal.
Jeez.
That's some insane
That
shit.
that podcast is going to come later. If you guys want to hear about stuff like that,
Yeah, we'll talk more about the
Yeah.
whole
Got
thermal
lots of
scope thing
goodies.
later.
Okay, so let's do our giveaway winners before we get
Yep.
too far off the
James?
rails, because I think
So-
we're running out of time here.
We did a giveaway on the last podcast,
On 16,
which
episode 16, guys.
I'm sorry it's been a very short amount of time. You guys need to be on it because we just released that one a few days ago.
Yeah.
But we have some comments. We had quite a few, not like a ton. But
Thanks for commenting, and I know this is like, but thank you for subscribing. I know. So by the way, I'm pretty excited. So you can monetize YouTube, and we're all super rich from it, and we finally broke the $3 mark, so we each have $1 from YouTube. So thanks, guys. It's pretty exciting.
yes,
Yeah,
Because that's exactly what we're trying to do.
I'm gonna get rich.
we got to get enough money one day to take our wives out to dinner.
Yeah, let's
And
not,
it's gonna
let's not
be
get
worth
cocky.
Costco.
Let's not. Yeah, Costco hot dogs, maybe. Get $1.50. Hey, that comes with a drink, honey.
You get a piece of pizza.
Oh, not pizza. We can't afford that yet. Though.
Those are $2.50, Doug.
That's high roller stuff. You might as well buy a whole pizza at
Yeah,
that point.
jeez. Next thing you know, you're gonna want a chicken bake, Doug.
dear
Easy.
Lord.
Slow your roll.
Just I mean, I hate to be the wet blanket, as I've been called before, but for all you guys that are wanting to get into making hunting content or doing what we're trying to do for a living, and you think you're going to get rich, it's really doesn't work like that.
It's really good. I'm only like 30 grand in the hole this year.
Yeah.
This year.
I'm probably not that far down in the hole, but I'm not gonna name numbers. I know that the first and second year was a lot.
My wife is watching. We can't talk about that. When I said 30,
honey, I would have spent the money anyway.
30,000 pesos. It was pesos, honey.
Pesos.
Jokes, just jokes.
We like to joke about it all the time.
It's all about the content, guys.
Yeah.
We do this for fun. We do this for you viewers.
Yeah.
This is all for
we
you.
We sue the state for you. I hope you like it and appreciate
we're
it.
We're gonna sue the state too. This is so much fun.
There goes another 30.
Back to the comments here. Jeez, we just have a problem. I think we need to call her. I don't know what Chris put in that boot.
It's more than beer. It's beer and aminos.
So this is I really like this one. It was between a couple of people, both people that I am familiar with on the internets, but
I've not won before though.
They haven't won anything. No. Elliot Outdoors, I got a good kick out of this. He says, I like the message at the end. Drink the beer, kiss the Robbie, or whatever Chris said. Laughs.
Robbie's a beautiful man, guys. Just let's we're all comfortable here. We're in the nest, we're in the tree trust,
Andy,
right? No,
Andy, that was funny. And then, but I got a pretty good laugh out of this one as well. So Josh Capel said, if nobody has reserved a seat on Chris's lap, ... because we talked about
right.
the theater. I got a good kick out of that.
Yeah.
Chris had forgot he said that, and he was like, "That's kind of creepy." I'm like, "It's because you said."
I'm like, "Oh yeah."
On your lap.
Well, it's like it's late at night. It's like dark outside. It's 9 o'clock.
We've had a few drinks.
Yeah,
always. So Josh is gonna win that. So good job, Josh. Thanks for commenting, Andy. Better luck next time.
Maybe we'll get you next. Speaking of, you guys, seriously, we're.
I wasn't gonna say it, Jim, but said it.
Maybe.
No, you know what? Screw it. We should give Andy a coffee mug too.
Okay.
We'll send you the second prize is a coffee mug.
Yeah.
How about that?
I think we should do another one because I really do like it when people like engage and comment on stuff, and that's not my
100%.
wheelhouse. Like I'm more of a like your picture kind of guy. I don't I don't have a bunch of witty shit to say, so if I don't comment, please don't be offended. But so the people that even do put anything on there, I mean it's very much appreciated.
Yeah.
So
no, I love it.
And
I think it's funny.
Not just one of us that's looking at it. We're all looking at it.
So I would like to give away 2 bags of Black Rifle coffee. And Chris, why 2 bags? So as some of you know, they're one of our sponsors, but I am also heavily invested in their stock. Their stock went down to $4. I think I bought a bunch more at $3.94 and it went back up. My average stock buy is not good though. I think I'm hovering. I bought some at like 15, so I'm still way in the hole. Yeah. But I totally believe in the company. I'm a big fan. If you haven't bought any of their stock, you should buy some and support the company. So I think that we should give 2 bags of their coffee away.
So whoever comments that wins on this next round is going to get 2 bags of coffee.
Yeah, 2 bags.
Okay.
It's whole bean. So
is it whole bean or is it ground? I thought it's ground.
No, I bought a bunch of whole bean.
Oh, you bought a bunch of whole bean? Okay.
Yeah, if you don't like whole bean, then you need to step up your game.
Yeah.
I like whole bean.
I feel the same way. It's very hard to get a whole bean of Black Rifle coffee if you don't order it from them.
Yeah, you got a whole bean, then you got to grind it, and you need to take the top off.
This stuff is uncomparable.
It's really good. It's good coffee.
Just even like some of the normal stuff that they have, you buy that and then you buy some of the stuff that you get at the store, and it's just like, what? How do they do this?
I like it because like I think Evan is like this super badass, killing military machine. The guy's super tough guy, right?
I mean, all of them were,
and he is such a coffee nerd. He's just like
100%.
he's like, oh, you gotta grind it and then weigh out this many grams to this many like milliliters of water at this temperature and at the altitude, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Just make some freaking
He's
coffee.
doing a science
Just make
experiment
the
when he's
coffee.
making coffee.
But that you know
what,
he probably makes a lot better coffee than I do. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, think
100%.
about it. They had a lot of downtime, so I can imagine some of the coffee
Well,
that they're trying to make.
When you're stuck in Iraq or Afghanistan
Yeah.
and you don't have a lot to look forward to, and a cup of coffee is the best part of your day,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you probably enjoy that cup of coffee.
100%.
Yeah,
and
he's,
the little things that you do can make a huge difference.
Right.
It
and
is.
that goes along in
It's
life
good
just in
coffee.
general.
Speaking of Black Rifle, this kind of has something to do with it, but probably not. This weekend, me and Doug
Yep.
are going to be serving coffee for a ton of people. They said a couple thousand people are going to be there, but hopefully not that many people show up to get coffee because
Oh yeah.
it's going to be a slow process, people. But
Salmon for soldiers, right?
salmon for soldiers,
I hope we got a lot of coffee made so we can just pour lots of cups real fast.
yeah. So me and Doug got to get up at dark 30 and be down there by 4 a.m. to serve coffee to people heading out to go fishing because they're doing a Salmon for Soldiers event. It's like a fishing derby / just getting veterans involved with the outdoors and fishing and stuff. And they do a couple events every year.
And I know James was raiding his private stock of Black Rifle coffee for that, so thank you, James. It's very generous of
We're
you.
going to do that, and we're going to be serving a lot of Black Rifle coffee. And I rented giant coffee containers from a rental place because I didn't have any way to cook that much
Right,
coffee. And so
To cook up a bunch of coffee. So.
I'm sorry, people, if the coffee tastes like shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing my best.
You know what? We're no Evan Havers over here. You know,
Yep.
Gotta do
I
what we
thought
gotta
that
I'm no
counts,
Evan
Jim.
Hafner.
do. Yeah. I think
be
that about
good.
covers it.
Yep.
Doug?
So we got the winners out of the way.
Yeah.
Winners out of the way. Andy and Josh, you are both getting a mug, and Josh is also getting a Tamarack hat. So,
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And we hope to see everybody out at the event on September 12th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Skookum Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be quite the show out, and we hope everyone comes out there to show your support. Bring lots of money because it's going to be a good old time. Lots of beer, lots of food.
Lots of good stuff.
And until then, stay humble and hunt hard.